but your knees are taking that pounding every time you come down. And when you're in your 20s, that's fine. But once you get into your 30s, you start to be like, damn, you start to develop knee trouble. And if you're still around in your 40s, you still got to do that. You got to ice them knees, man. So I never did anything crazy. But when I used to go to Steve Keirn school, I used to drive. I've told the story about driving from Miami to Tampa and training at his school. And one day I climbed up to the top turnbuckle and I was going to do a moonsault because, yes, I used to do moonsaults. And Steve Keirn came out of the office and goes, hey, what are you doing up there? He goes, get down. I'm like, damn, what the? He goes, come here, kid. Like, we were doing a little match and everything. He goes, come here. And he had taken an interest in me early on. And he said, you want to make money in this business? I said, yeah. Because you want to have a long career? I said, yeah. He goes, there's a reason they call those high-risk maneuvers. Don't ever let me catch you up there again. It's the last time I did a moonsault. Nobody professionally ever saw me do a moonsault. I would do them in practice and training. I'd get up there and hit it. But I ixnayed that shit right then. And I've got more traction out of Ballin than anything else I could have done. And, it's humbling and flattering that right now, today, as we saw recently, when it's time for the ball and the fans are still with me, that signature move, they know it. So the one thing that I used to do sometimes that I don't do at all anymore was I would do a cutoff as a baby face. I would do a cutoff spot to go into the heat where I get some good shine on the heel, and then I grab him by a front face lock, and I climb to sit up on the top turnbuckle like I'm gonna do a tornado DDT. And as I'm up there, he would pop his head out and grab my foot and just pull me out of the corner. So right in the corner, he would just pop his head out, pull his foot out, and step out, and I would just take a short bump from the second rope right in the corner. Boom! And it would always get a ooh. And it looked like some cool shit. The heel just, well, nah, I ain't taking that. Boom. But that's like one of the hardest places to bump, right there in the corner.
That corner?
Yeah. Okay. Because the toughest place on the ring is the apron, because that's where it's reinforced. The best place to bump is dead center in the middle, because it has some give there. But in the corners, there's not much give. So when you take that bump from the corner right there, that's like a really hard part of the surface of the ring to hit. And it always got such a great response as a heat spot, because you're like, ooh, you could hear it. You could just hear the body hits differently. You hear that dull thud. And you're like, oh, goddamn, I know that hurt, And I would sell the fuck out of it, and the heel would just, I got you, I don't do that shit no more. That hurts too much. So that's probably the one that I cut. And all wrestlers go through that as you're getting older. Like I used to do a nip up when I would do my comeback, and I would do my lariats in the corner, hit an exploder, and then I would nip up, boom, and that's a good moment, especially as a baby face. I fucking nip up to my feet and fire up, and everybody's with it. Because after that, next comes Ballin.
Right.
And then I don't remember exactly when, but it was when I was working on the Indies.
After New Japan?
After New Japan, after Impact.
Okay.
And I went to hit the nip up, and for the first time ever, I didn't hit it. Like I came up to both feet, but I kind of slipped and fell. And I remember thinking like, oh, fuck, I never fuck up the nip up.
Yeah.
I can do that shit 100 times out of 100. But that was the one time that I hit it, but I fell. And then I got up like selling my knee. Like, oh shit, my knee, put that. I learned that from Ray. You fuck up something, just sell your knee. You get the sympathy right away. They think, oh, he's really hurt. I'm selling my knee. Because when you do some shit like that, people will laugh at you.
Yeah.
Like, you fucked up. But I first heard the first snickers, but when I got up like selling my knee, people were like, oh shit, he's really hurt. And but I wasn't. I was just embarrassed, And I realized like maybe you shouldn't do that anymore. Because you could do it every single time. Never fucked it up. Never fucked up a nip up. But after that first time fucking that up, it dawned on me that maybe my knees are at a point in my career now that I don't need to be trying to do that young, spry shit. I can get up and do the same thing without the nip up. The nip up was a nice touch because it was exciting and a big explosive moment.
That was the last time?
That was the last time. I haven't done this shit since.